Hello, in front of you is the step-by-step instruction for the best option of installing Windows 11 installation from a flash drive. We will go through all stages of this installation in detail. I will try to explain everything in such a way that even if you have no experience in this matter, by repeating after me you will be able to install the Windows 11 system on your computer or laptop. This way you will save money if you bought a new PC, install Windows yourself. Also, if you want to switch from Windows 10 to 11, this is the best option for installing new system. If you already know all this, perhaps you will find some useful nuances for yourself. Subscribe right away for the PC No Problems and leave a like and a comment under this video to help promote it. Done? Then it's time to start. Let's begin with step 1, preparing the bootable flash drive. I recommend downloading Windows from the official Microsoft website. To do this, in the search engine, for example in Google, type the query download Windows 11. The first links are from the Microsoft website. We go there and see that there are 3 ways to download Windows. In principle, all 3 can be used, but it's best to do a clean installation. For this, it's more convenient for me to use either the second or the third method. The first assistant is good when you need to update the system while keeping all information, programs and settings, but with this method new errors and various glitches will also preserved and added. Don't worry, with the clean installation I'm talking about, all your files will also remain safe and sound, but the system will be much more stable. I advise you to use the second method if you are a beginner user and also if your computer supports Windows 11. If it is 2-3 years old, maybe 5 even, or less, then it definitely supports it. In front of you is a reminder of the minimum requirements for this system. Click the download button and the assistant for burning Windows to a flash drive is downloaded. Here we click the accept button if you agree with the license agreement. Now choose the language. If you need other language, uncheck this box. Next, select creation of USB flash drive. Insert it, of course, and the next page select the flash drive for recording. That's it, the process has started and it will take quite a bit of time while Windows downloads, about 5 GB. And then while it is written to the flash drive, but as a result you will have a ready bootable Windows 11 flash drive. I myself created a program that can optimize Windows 11, delete all unnecessary programs and services in a very comfortable way. Also, it can clean cache and different garbage from Windows and free up space on the C drive. Check this My Program free on its official website. You can move on to the next step, but before that I will show you another creation method for more experienced users. Select Windows 11 Multi-Edition and click Download. Choose language, confirm, click 64-bit download button and the Windows 11 image file in ISO format begins downloading. While it is downloading, we find another program with which we will burn it to the flash drive. I like my program, pcnp, or you can use Rufus program. Links in description. Here we look for the download heading and download the latest version. You don't need to install it, it launches immediately. In the top line there should be your flash drive. Check by its size how many gigabytes. Click this select button and find the Windows image that we downloaded. Add it here. Now choose the image parameters, standard as in the original image. If you choose extended, then during Windows installation there will be no TPM and secure boot check. With such recording you can install Windows 11 even on computers that do not support it. If you have a new or at least modern computer, choose the standard method, don't touch anything else in the settings and click start. The image will be transferred to the flash drive exactly in such a way that later you can boot from it. In these apps you can also make settings to install Windows 11 without internet and Microsoft account. Just check the box you want. By the way, while Windows is downloading or being written, you cannot waste time and perform step 2, preparing the computer. What does this include? First, let's touch on the situation when you need to reinstall Windows. During a clean installation, the main partition of your disk, that is drive C, will be erased along with the old system. Our task is to transfer from drive C to another partition or to some removable storage, flash drive, external drive, phone, all the files we need. Keep in mind that drive C contains the desktop, the documents folder, images, videos and downloads. If you use these folders, save everything you need from them to another drive. Programs such as Office, Photoshop and similar cannot be saved. They will need to be reinstalled in the new Windows. The only thing is, if you have installation files of these programs, for example in downloads, copy them to another drive so they are preserved and you don't have to download them again. Next, regardless of whether it's a new PC or one already used, we need to prepare the BIOS so that the computer boots from the flash drive when turned on. To do this, we completely turn off the computer and when turning it on again, quickly and many times to catch the moment, press the BIOS entry key, usually F2, Del or Escape. Just in case, I've compiled a table for you from different manufacturers, because in different BIOS versions it can be different. Another convenient key is boot menu. It launches a menu in which you can immediately choose booting from a flash drive. If we consider this laptop, then when pressing F2 the BIOS menu launches, everything is on one screen and the mouse is supported. Our task in the BIOS is to find the boot section, boot priorities or something similar. Boot means booting from something, and you need to put the flash drive in the first place. Then when the computer starts, it will boot from it. At the end, you need to save the settings with the save and exit button and confirm. There is also a boot menu here at the bottom, and here without changing settings you can boot from the flash drive once. After that you should see Windows logo and installation begins. But what if something doesn't work at these steps? Also familiarize yourself with this video, especially if you have a new PC. Also, if fast boot is enabled, you may need to full shutdown of the old Windows. And we move on to step 3, installing Windows 11 from the flash drive. The installer program loads. In the first window, click Next, then Install. Windows activation, we asked for license key, a code of letters and numbers that makes the system full-featured and legally used. If you already have this code or a code from Windows 10, for example, it will work. If you have a new computer, then a code from another computer will not work. But if you are installing Windows on the same computer, then everything is fine. And even if you don't know this code, you can select I don't have a product key here. Later we will sign in to a Microsoft account and the code will be pulled from there automatically and the system will activate. Can you click that there is no code and use the system without it? Yes, you can, but it will constantly remind you that it is not activated. This is not very comfortable, but for some it is also an option. Functionality is not affected by the absence of a code. Well, let's skip this step for now and mark that there is no key. Choose the Windows 11 edition. Again, if you already have a key for a specific edition, you should choose it. For example, if you purchase the key for the home version, the pro version will not activate with it, and vice versa also doesn't work. If you don't yet know what to choose, I'll say that home is just a tiny bit lighter in terms of load on PC resources, but for modern computers this is not significant, so you can safely take pro version, feel like a professional, and don't worry. Next, agree with the updated license, check the box and click Next. Here we need to choose custom installation because we are doing a clean installation, not an upgrade. At this step, let's be attentive. Do everything correctly here and consider everything almost done. Only little thing remains that do not really affect anything. Now in front of us in the computer's hard drive, and the task is to choose where to install Windows. I'm recording the video from a virtual machine, so here the disk is 60 GB. It is now completely empty like new. You may have 250, 500 or 1000 GB, or maybe several disks. If you have a new computer and here there is an error that the drive is not detected and there are no drivers for it, closer to the end of this video I will show how to solve this error, along with how to download other necessary drivers. So let's consider different situations in turn. First, like mine. Suppose you have a new PC and a completely new hard drive or SSD, it doesn't matter. There are no partitions on it for storing information, so we click the Create button and set the main partition on which Windows will be installed. This will be your drive C. Set at least 100 GB or 100,000 MB, although you can do more. I specify 30 only as an example so that I have some left for a second partition. Click Apply OK to create additional partitions. As you can see, 2 more system partitions have been added. They are small and later they will be invisible to you. Our main partition, where we will install Windows, and also unallocated space remains. Here you can add drive D, E and so on, distributing space as you wish. Select the main partition and click Next. Windows begins its installation into the computer's permanent memory. Now another situation. Let's rewind back. What if you are reinstalling Windows and you already have several partitions, some of which have important files that you really don't want to erase? Then, by the total size and remaining free space, calculate which partition is drive C. Then click Format to erase the old system, and then select this empty partition and click Next. You can rest a bit, go drink coffee or tea while the files are being copied. At the end, the computer will reboot. Around this time, remove the flash drive from it so it doesn't interfere, or restore the BIOS settings back if you changed them. The computer will prepare various services and reboot again. Now the basic Windows 11 setup window opens. Choose the region, keyboard layout. English is already added by default, but you can add other languages you need. Updates are checked via the internet. I currently have direct access, so the program didn't ask anything. You may be asked how to connect to the internet, Wi-Fi name and password. At this stage it's better to have internet. Only with it everything is good. Checks and updates can be done. Some of them will be installed, you need to wait, then come up with a name for your PC, although this can be skipped. In the next window, choose whether this is a personal home computer or a work one. This choice affects what type of account you use. Choose the first one and continue. And here is why we need the internet. You need to sign in with your Microsoft account. It includes an email address and a password for login. If you don't remember it or don't have one, you can create it right now. To do this, click here and enter work email. There is also an option to register using a phone number or get a new email from Microsoft. On the next page, create a password, then fill out a small questionnaire about yourself, and that's it. Create a PIN code so that when turning on the computer it's easier and you don't have to enter a long password. In this video, an option how to install Windows 11 without internet and Microsoft account. On this page, I turn off all services that somehow track my actions, collect statistics and send them to Microsoft. If you want to, you can leave them, but in my opinion this is unnecessary use of both computer resources and internet traffic. You can read yourself what is for what and enable what you need, but it's better to turn everything off here. If you yourself know which programs you will need and for what, select nothing and skip. Microsoft will, based on this choice, add standard programs and various adds to the start menu. The final stage is installing updates, after which we should already see the Windows 11 desktop. And here it is. Often the screen resolution is incorrect, so right-click on the desktop, select Display Settings, find Resolution and choose the recommended or desired one. Now in the Start menu, I immediately clean up the access by deleting programs and shortcuts I don't need. Right here with the right mouse button, delete. If you don't use the OneDrive Cloud, disable it. Click its icon in the system tray near the clock, right-click, select Settings, the Settings tab, and uncheck Automatic Startup. Then right-click again and close. This way the cloud will not constantly run in the background, although it can be completely removed through App Settings. What else do I recommend doing after installation? Go to Settings, Update Center, and jump through and install all the latest updates. Various bugs and shortcomings that still exist in the new Windows 11 will be fixed there. This will of course take time, but it needs to be done. And of course the logical completion of installing Windows will be its activation. Open Start or Search and type System. Select the System section from the control panel, scroll down, find Product Key and Activation. There will be an activation button. Click to activate via the internet. If you purchase the key on the uLaptop website, then select Change Key, enter the new one here, then click Next, follow the prompts, and your Windows will activate just like mine. By the way, I use keys from this store, uLaptop. I recommend use step 5, drivers and programs. Drivers are special programs that ensure the correct operation of peripheral devices of the computer, video card, sound, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi and so on. Right-click on the Start icon and select Device Manager. Here you will see a list. If some devices don't work, aren't recognized, it lacks a driver. But despite everything, for some devices it is very important to install the original driver from the manufacturer's website, especially for the video card. You see here there is a basic driver, but there should be NVIDIA to extract all the power from the video card. And for sound it is also very important, and for processor. To search for them, open the browser. At first launch the Edge program is configured. You can skip all these settings or pay attention and configure as you like. And in the search engine, for example Google.com, type download drivers for and the laptop model. If you have a desktop PC, then the models of its individual components one by one: motherboard, video card. Write the manufacturer and model name. In the list, look specifically for the official manufacturer website. This is the safest option. For example, if it is an Asus laptop, then Asus driver site. We go there, look for where to specify our model. Specifying the operating system is not mandatory, but it's better to start with version 11. And if some drivers are not in this section, then look in another. Sometimes drivers are universal and fit all versions of Windows. And here various drivers available for download are shown. It's best to download and install all of them, including BIOS updates. I also promised to show how to download a driver for a hard drive and put it on a flash drive in cases when Windows doesn't detect the hard drive during installation. In the search, specify the type of hard drive and manufacturer. Download the driver in zip or RAR archive format, then extract the archive and its files to the flash drive. For this you may need a program such as WinZip or WinRAR for extracting archives. And now during Windows installation, click the Load button and specify manual search on the flash drive. If the drive is correct, it will be loaded, everything will update, and you will see your drive and be able to continue the installation. And finally, we have reached step 6. It is optional, but if you want to slightly improve computer performance and also improve your skills, watch our videos. I think they will give you more information than others about how you can configure the system after installation and optimize it. Also subscribe to our YouTube and share in the comments what you find useful in this instruction, what might be missing. There are very sensible comments. You point out some points that I simply forgot to mention. So for those who are installing Windows for the first time, I advise you to read the comments as well. Thanks everyone for watching, for supporting the channel and this video, and see you again.